Welcome back to the Uranus in Gemini series, a look into this rare 8-year cycle and what it may mean for our lives and our world. Today's episode is all about timing, the when behind the change. We'll walk through the major astrological dates between 2025 and 2033, when Uranus enters and exits Gemini, the key transits that shape this era, and how to track personal shifts as they unfold. Let's start with the entry and exit points of Uranus in Gemini. Like all outer planets, Uranus enters slowly and returns briefly before completing its stay. July 7, 2025, Uranus enters Gemini. November 7, 2025, Uranus retrogrades back into Taurus. April 25, 2026, Uranus re-enters Gemini for its full run. August 3, 2033, Uranus enters Cancer. November 2033, Uranus dips briefly back into Gemini. March 10, 2034, Uranus exits Gemini for good. The most significant turning point is often that second entry, April 2026, when the energy fully locks in and long-term themes begin unfolding. Next, let's look at the outer planet alignments. 2026 to 2027, Uranus forms a supportive sextile to Chiron in Aries. This opens space for innovation in how we communicate, teach, and heal around thought patterns. 2028, Uranus trines Pluto in Aquarius, a powerful signal for technological leaps, digital transformation, and sweeping change. 2029, Uranus squares Saturn in Pisces. This is more tense, a moment of reckoning between idealism and disruption. Beliefs, institutions, or media structures may face instability or challenge. Every outer planet transit has a midpoint, and for Uranus in Gemini, that comes around May 2029 and again in January 2030, when Uranus sits at 15 degrees Gemini. This is often a moment of clarity or reversal. Something seeded earlier in the cycle may shift into fuller view, offering insight into the larger pattern at play. On a personal level, Uranus in Gemini can bring sudden breakthroughs, especially when it touches key parts of your chart. Watch for Uranus square your Mercury. Uranus conjunct your Sun, Moon, or Ascendant. Uranus transiting your 3rd or 9th house. And if you have placements in Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, or Pisces, this transit is more likely to stir change. Sometimes it feels like mental static. Sometimes like a flash of insight. Either way, it asks for flexibility and fresh thinking. Because Uranus rules disruption and Gemini rules communication, Mercury retrogrades will act like pressure points during this cycle. Summer 2025. Mercury retrogrades in Leo into Gemini, just as Uranus arrives. Spring 2028, Mercury retrogrades entirely in Gemini. Spring 2031, Mercury retrogrades in Aquarius and Gemini. These retrogrades can feel extra intense, but they're also moments to rethink, pause, and integrate unexpected shifts in how we express, learn, and share. Uranus in Gemini is a cycle of disruption, but it's also a cycle of discovery.